Hey, what's up everybody? Ricky Richter again, back at you with another video coming to you straight from Brandon Harley-Davidson. First thing I want to do is I want to thank everybody for the love and support, all the followers, all the new subscribers, sharing, liking, and interacting with the videos. I do this because I want you to make informed decisions. I've done this bike thing for a long time. Harley-Davidsons are my life. I don't do this because it's a phenomenal paycheck. I do it because I love Harley-Davidson motorcycles. I love motorcycles. I love the culture. I love the people. And I want to help you genuinely make a good decision when you're building your motorcycle. So if you saw my last video on the 131 Road Glide, the 131 Milwaukee 8, right here, an absolute monster, a beast of a motor. But if you watch the video, you will hear me say some things that are a little negative towards it.
Y'all, I'm gonna be real with you, this thing is fast. But that power isn't instantaneous like I thought it would be at the bottom end. The only thing I would do differently is I would probably change the tune and the cam.
The power band was way high. In the mid to high RPM range was where the power band kicked on. In the low range, which is the majority of Harley owners, that's where we ride at, because the mid to high is more of a sport bike range, was not there. It was like a turbo lagging and then kicks off and just takes off like a rocket. Well, I figured out the problem. The reason I'm making this video today is because I want you to make an informed decision before you start building your motorcycle. Most people don't understand cam choice, intake choice, tuner choice, right? Those are three big ones. Let me explain. This Milwaukee 8 131 monster of a motor, why was it performing like that? Why does the dyno sheet have it at 131 horsepower when our last 131 we built had 160 horsepower? I'll tell you what it is. First off, the cam. In the Road Glide that I rode, it had this, the Screamin Eagle 515 cam. What's the matter with a 515 cam? You won't know the difference between a 515 and a torque cam, but I'll tell you the difference. The 515 cam doesn't kick on until way later in the power band of the RPM range. That's why if you look on this dyno sheet, you have a lull, and then a spike and a pull, because that's when this turns on. For my riding preferences, which is 0 to 75, I like a lot of torque. I like power. That's why if you ride like I do, you're not gonna want the Screamin Eagle 515 cam. You're gonna want the torque cam from Screamin Eagle. Now, what else has to do with the power that you're gonna put out of this motor? Intake size. So on that Road Glide, on this monster of a motor that needs a lot of air, what was put on it was this. The Screamin Eagle Performance Air Cleaner, right? It's small. If you see how small this is compared to this, what's the difference to you? What does it mean? Less air, less combustibility, less horsepower, less torque. Plain and simple. That's exactly what it is. The last Road Glide that we built with the 131 had this, which is the Monster Breather. What is the Monster Breather? What's the difference? Huge surface area to suck up all the air that it possibly can and feed this motor with the air and combustibility to produce more horsepower, more torque. So these are a big reason why there was a difference between 131 and 160 horsepower. The bigger the air cleaner, the bigger the system, the more air you're gonna get, the more combustibility. The smaller, the less. Okay, so now I hope you understand when you're making your preferences and your choices on which will fit for you. The cam. So next, let's talk about the tuner. The Screamin Eagle Pro Street Tuner, it's a cool tuner. It's good. I'm sitting in a Harley-Davidson dealership, so I can't say much about the Pro Street Tuner. What I will say is that the Dynojet Power Max, even the Vance & Hines FP3 tuner, produce a better tune, custom and bespoke to your motorcycle, how you want to ride. I mentioned throttle progressivity. On the FP3, you can actually adjust the throttle progressivity on your app on your phone. On the Dynojet, the Power Max, you can adjust everything and dial it into how you want to ride. You can't do that on the Screamin Eagle. The Screamin Eagle actually has to be done inside a Harley-Davidson dealership, whereas those other ones, the Power Max, you can do it on your computer, and the FP3 tuner from Vance & Hines, you can do it on your phone. So when you're building your motor, when you're building a motorcycle, when you're looking to get into a motorcycle, here's the things you need to know. This is a 131 monster of a motor, Milwaukee 8, newest, latest, and greatest. But does it mean it's going to come out of the box pushing 160 horsepower? No. You have to know what you want and how you want to build it. If you want mid to high range, wrapping out, fast as shit, 80 miles an hour downshift and take off, then you're going to want to put the 515 cam in here. This 515 goes in here. Whoop, now you have a different power band, a different RPM range. Do you want less air, which I'm not really sure. I'm going to be an idiot on this one. I don't know why anybody would go with less air, but maybe there's, if you know, please put it in the comments below. But if you're like me and you want power and you want torque instantly from the line, you're going to want a monster heavy breather. And you don't have to go with Screamin Eagle. There's a bunch of companies out there that make phenomenal ones. Arlen Ness is a perfect example. So 515 cam, these other cams, these are high-end cams. Those are for the high power band range. The Screamin Eagle torque cam, you got the Andrews, you got Zippers, 468. You have all these different companies that make cams bespoke to your riding style. So I want to make sure that you understand that this motor coming out of the box is not going to produce 160 horsepower. You need to understand what you want to do to it, how you want to build it. And this thing is the best of both worlds. You can get low end, mid range, high range, all of it, max power, max torque, depending on how you ride. So with that said, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you to everybody for supporting this, and I'm here for you. So if you have questions, if you have comments, whatever, leave them down below, and I will see you next time. Peace.